It's quite a common story. A guy meets a girl, they start to get to know each other, and it turns out that they really like each other. And so they invest more time and more emotion into each other. And then all of a sudden, kaboom, it ends. And this happened to me again and again. And a conclusion that many guys take from this, from seeing the same story play out again and again, is I just need to play the game better so that I can learn how to keep her. And this is a big problem where guys can learn totally the wrong lesson and really screw up their lives and their potential for meeting someone who would be a good woman to settle down and have kids with. In this video, I'm going to explain why. Now, there's something of a psychopathic feedback mechanism in female behavior. Okay, that's a big term. What do I mean by it? Well, most modern women base their behavior on male psychopaths, because they're going out with the most confident, outgoing, independent guys who don't care what she thinks, and they get a lot of sex from a lot of women. And then they dump them and move on to the next one. And what women take away from this is, well, this is what men are like.
I'm so fucking tired of being disappointed by men. I'm so fucking tired of getting hurt. I'm so fucking tired of men lying and then calling it honesty. I'm so tired of men pretending like they want to be in a relationship with you and literally pretend and act like they are in a relationship with you just for them to turn around weeks later and say they don't want a relationship with you. So what the fuck were you doing the entire time? Were we playing pretend? How old are we? Why do I have to be disappointed and feel like a fool every fucking time? I'm so tired.
I'm self-aware enough to realize that this is definitely a trauma response, but I am just so over men at this point that, like, even when I meet a really cool guy, I'm just pretty indifferent and I'm like, okay, here we go again.
And we see this captured in women's erotic literature. Just look at 50 Shades of Grey. You've got this emotionally detached guy who doesn't care about the girl at first, and eventually she's able to win him over and make him solely dedicated to her. And women love this because it retells their experience of the guys that they got used by, and instead of being discarded as they were in real life, in this fantasy story, it turns out that they're loved. And through these experiences, in many cases, many repeated experiences, they take on the image of men, which is most representative of, well, not many of us, but only the most attractive who don't have to be good people. And then they match their behavior to match what these guys that are very attractive that they keep meeting are like.
Feeling like a saggy, massive sack of shit. Crying when you practice what you preach and what you turn me on.
And then when a normal guy comes along and tries to love a woman who's been conditioned like this, he finds that he gets dumped out of the blue, very often at the precise moment that he starts to show love and affection. And there may be poor communication, there may be no warning, it's just all of a sudden, kaboom, she's gone, because either something shiny came along or she just got the ick.
Guys, I've developed a new ick at work. It is grown men yawning. Hold it in. It drives me insane. It has happened an ungodly amount of times this week, and it's Tuesday, and I don't understand how they don't know how to just not yawn.
What is your biggest ick in a guy?
The thought of them having a shower and waiting for the water to get hot and just standing there naked.
What, don't you do that?
It doesn't count.
It doesn't count!
I guess I gotta go. I guess it's time to go.
But that's not the type of woman that you want to build a relationship with. You don't want to try to build a relationship with a promiscuous woman who's based her behavior on promiscuous men, who just jumps from man to man, because all the data we have shows that promiscuity negatively affects long-term relationship happiness and increases the risk of infidelity. And some people ask, well, is that nature or nurture? Well, I think we have genetic tendencies, but I don't think that promiscuity is totally innate. I think once someone goes down a particular path, it's hard to come back and travel to another path. This is why I think hoe phases are indicative of the type of person you're dealing with. Yes, we might have the potential in all of us, but Once you commit to that, it kind of shapes you for the rest of your life. In sex, a woman is letting someone in to have her and know her in the most intimate way possible. And if she goes about life training herself to do that without emotion, she's building a mechanism there to move on quickly. And I think it's unfortunate that in an age of weak men and weak fathers, that most girls who are at least somewhat attractive go down the approach of doing what most of their friends are doing. So the approach of being distant and playing games, it works with most women. It's what most of them are attracted to in the most attractive men. If you pretend to be less available than you are, pretend to be less loving and less affectionate and give 1 or 2/3 of the attention she's giving you, well, like Neil Strauss wrote in the book The Game, you treat her like a kitten playing with a piece of string. As soon as you drop it and the kitten has the string, as soon as she has the love and attention that she's been trying to get, she's not interested in it anymore. It was always the thing that she wanted when she didn't have, not what she actually values when she has it. And so many men are reaching the wrong conclusion when things don't work out with girls like this. They saw themselves and their behavior as 100% of the problem. Yes, there are certainly some things that men should be doing. They should be looking after their health physically and mentally. They should be dressing well. They should be open with their intentions. They shouldn't be nice guys who try to hide what they really want and then try to get it through underhand tactics. And they really need to work on their self-esteem. They shouldn't see themselves as someone who is 100% of the problem all the time and somehow putting women on the pedestal and thinking that I need to change my behavior because this woman's rejected me. Because the truth is, he might not be 100% of the problem. There are women who are the problem, and it is not misogynistic to say it. It's treating them like a human being. Sometimes men are the problem, sometimes women are the problem, sometimes both are the problem. And you can fix yourself as much as possible, but just don't think that it's only you that has work to do. And sometimes you can find a girl that you don't want to play these games with. That you can come from a balanced, non-anxious, non-needy place, and you can be totally yourself with her. There aren't many out there, but yes, they exist. But if you have spent all your time, years, training yourself to be good with the type of girls who you have to play these stupid little games with, you're going to really miss out when one who you don't have to play games with shows up. Because you're going to give her a false version of you when perhaps she would just love you for you. Perhaps she would love you being available to her. So in conclusion, be careful how you train yourself to be. Be careful with the company you keep, including women. And remember, it's okay to lose the wrong women. It's just part of the process of finding one of the right ones. Anyway, I hope this video has been useful to you. If you've enjoyed it, please click like and subscribe, and also hit the bell notification icon because YouTube doesn't tell many people about my videos unless they have the notifications on. Thank you very much for listening, and see you next time.